Hi guys, it's Jess, welcome back to my channel, and today is going to be all about my September TBR. So September is going to be a very busy month for me. I am on holiday soon and I don't know if I'm going to get any reading done while I'm on holiday. I never normally do, and if I do, it's normally only a chapter or two. But we shall see. I feel like my TBR is very ambitious this month, so I'm not going to put too much pressure on myself to get it all done. We'll see how it goes. So the first book I wanted to talk about on my TBR for September is this book, Loci, Where Mischief Lives by Mackenzie Lee. I don't currently own it because it doesn't come out until September the 3rd, but by the time you see this video I should have it and I should be reading it. I am hoping to take this on holiday with me so it can be my holiday read, but like I just said, I don't know if I'm going to read it or not, but I'm very, very excited about this book. It's pre-Avengers. It follows a young Loki on Asgard. He has a friend called Amora. She's a sorceress. She's kind of the only person that really believes in Loki and sees the good in him. Everyone else just sees him as a mischief-making, good-for-nothing god. But after a little bit of a mishap on Asgard, shall we say, Odin banishes Amora to Earth. And then a little bit later on, as the story progresses, some Asgardian magic is detected in London, and it could be related to a string of murders that are happening. So Odin sends Loki to London to find out what is going on. And it's set in Victorian London, and I'm just so excited. It sounds so amazing. It's an official Marvel book as well. Mackenzie Lee is writing 2 more novels about 2 more Marvel characters. I don't know what they're going to be yet, but I'm very, very intrigued to find out. And as soon as I heard about this book, I pre-ordered it on Amazon and I just can't wait to have it in my hands. The next book on my TBR this month is Dracula by Bram Stoker, and this is a brand new copy that I bought because the other copy that I had is falling to pieces. I have read it that much. This is the Penguin Classics hardback edition. It's just so beautiful. I want to reread Dracula because it's not only my all-time favourite book, but because I am visiting Whitby this month when I go on holiday. We're going to go and take a day trip, and we're going to go and see all of the places that inspired Bram Stoker when he was writing this novel. We're going to go and see Whitby Abbey ruins and the famous steps that are mentioned in this book. I'm just really, really excited to get back into this. I fell in love with it when I was a teenager. It's just so magical, and I love all of the mystery. I love that it's gothic horror. It's set in the 1890s, so towards the end of the Victorian era. It follows Dracula and his attempt to move to England from Transylvania and his desire to spread the undead curse, and he ends up encountering a couple of people that aren't too big a fan of his, particularly Van Helsing, and it's just, there's a lot of suspense in this book. So if you haven't read Dracula, go and read it. You will not be disappointed, and I can't wait to talk about it all with you guys once I've read it again. Another book that I wanted to mention that you will have seen in my last video is Lancelot by Giles Christian. I have already started this and I'm not too far into it, but I am hoping to finish it before the week is over. It follows the story of Lancelot from when he was a boy. His father is a king and his land gets attacked by another king and they end up fleeing. His father then dies, he becomes an orphan. And he has some gifts, and under the watchful eye of Merlin and Lady Nimue, who raise him and hone his talents, he becomes the knight that he is well known for today. Just sounds so amazing. It's a little bit slow to get going, but I think once I get into the middle, it's going to be jam-packed full of action and romance and adventure. And anything to do with the Arthurian legend, I am there for. So this book was just a no-brainer for me. Very, very excited to delve further into this. The last two books that I have on my TBR are relatively small books. The first one is Dark Matter, a ghost story by mischeif. If you watched my top 5 most anticipated books, this was on that list. It was a book that I didn't know anything about, had never heard of, picked it up in a charity shop for like £1 randomly. But I looked at the reviews on Goodreads and it sounds like it's gonna be a very good book. It's supposed to be very, very scary. It follows this guy called Jack. He's poor. He lives in like 1930s London, and he ends up having the opportunity to join a group of people who are going on an expedition to the Arctic. And when he gets there, something starts happening with his team members. They start disappearing, they start leaving the base. There's some very spooky goings on happening. So he starts investigating, and honestly, it sounds very creepy. I mean, what could be more creepier than a ghost story is set in the Arctic? I mean, that's like the middle of nowhere. You've got nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. And I'm very, very intrigued. And the last book on my September TBR that I am definitely planning to read is this little book here. It's called Tall Tales for Dark Nights by an author called Owen Elgie, and this is a signed copy. I met this guy at Comic-Con about 3 years ago, and I bought this book for £5 and he signed it for me. Had never heard of him, but this is a book of short stories that have very unique and unusual twists on them. I read the first story in this book a while ago and it was really not what I was expecting, and I loved that. So I'm hoping the rest are gonna be the same. So I'm gonna be taking this on holiday with me just because it's a very, very short book. It's only 80 pages. And I feel like if I just read 1 or 2 stories a day, then at least I've read something. But I'm very, very excited to get to this. Okay guys, so that was my TBR for September. Very ambitious considering it is going to be a bit of a busy month for me, but I will keep you guys updated with my progress. I will do a reading vlog for you at some point this month, and I'm hoping to do just a little vlog about my holiday as well, just so you guys can see what I'm getting up to when I'm not at home reading. So I'm very, very excited for that. As always, if you've read any of these books, let me know what you think about them. Please like this video, please subscribe to my channel, follow my Instagram, check out my Goodreads, do all of those lovely stuff, and I will see you in another video very soon. Bye guys.